Well, that is fun.
Yeah.
Find us anywhere you can get us, except where we can't afford.
It's so frustrating having to post the links. Hey,
I love this
I
shit.
didn't know that.
Welcome everybody again to another episode here of the Wish You Were Beer Show. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're familiar with us or used to seeing us on Instagram, I apologize. You have not purchased enough material for us to be able to live stream across multiple
liked and
platforms.
subscribed and made all of your friends do it in front of you.
You have hurt me today, Gabriel.
So now we're poor.
and you just get a black background.
Yep. And we can't stream to other platforms.
Honestly, you know what though? I love this background because it's so crisp.
Yeah, it's really clean.
It does look nice.
It's super artistic, like in a film noir type way.
The like little bird guy. I think he's cool.
I love that headphone duck.
I know.
And we can still do this to make people know where we are.
Yes.
Yeah, we're huge.
On TikTok.
We actually are pretty huge on TikTok. I feel like we consistently get random people that follow us on TikTok like every other day compared to Instagram, which is fun. Granted, they're Russian robots, or actually, I think they're Russian gymnasts. Oh, that's a robot. Never mind. I need to check my bank account. That's on me, and that's my bad.
I had a very hard time following that, and I apologize.
On the plus side, they're still allowing us to bring in comments. We've made it. We have enough to bring in comments.
Oh, thank God! Because how would we ever live without Gabriel's just wild Oh, yes. Thank you. Oh, trust me. There's only one reason I watch the Olympics.
Those 16-year-old girls.
I did not say that. I said
whoa.
I'm just saying.
Do not
all
take
very young.
Do not take that out of context. Luckily, the internet usually hears things the way they were meant to be said. So,
just saying.
The birth certificate given to the Olympic Committee does not say 16.
True story. Well, this is the first show we've done in a little while because everybody's been traveling. Phil's been out of town. We've been out of town for a little bit with Phil, actually, which is a lot of fun. So we got a chance to go visit with Phil down in Miami. So if you do follow us on Instagram or TikTok, you can find some of our shenanigans there from when we were all in the same room together, which is very rare.
We peed in the pool together.
We peed in the pool together. We got wet together.
I didn't know you guys peed in the pool.
Well,
we were hugging you.
We were. I was like, we were pretty close most of the time. Thank you. That's cool. I did shower though.
Gabriel's familiar with my first marriage where I was the pommel horse.
God, that's
a good show. It was a
God,
great
I love this show.
I think this black background is giving us a little more darkness in the show.
Honestly, it's a banner show. Or not a banner show. We can't have banners, but still. Now, we always appreciate everybody stopping by. Make sure you follow along with us. You can find all of our links somewhere here with the basic level of StreamYard. So follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We do have a Facebook. We don't spend a whole lot of time there, but most of our stuff posts across all the platforms. So wherever you get your feeds, come hang out with us. Come see what we're drinking individually. Come see when we get to hang out together. It's always a good time. I'm Daniel. That's Tiffany. That's Phil.
Oh yeah.
And we're
4 minutes in.
Yeah. We're going to jump right to, we're going to skip beer news because the only beer news in my world, is that Phil posted a picture of him drinking a twisted tea.
Fuck yeah.
But he was at a very specific venue and a very specific reason to be at said venue that I'm so excited for, and I want to hear all about it.
So I went up to New Hampshire, which is right alone. There's always a story when you go up to New Hampshire. I was up on Lake Winnipesaukee.
What?
Yeah, at Bank New Hampshire Pavilion.
Ooh.
Seeing Creed.
Do you have a hard Mountain Dew while you were there?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. You know that. So I went with Gabriel.
Yeah.
We shared a lovely cabin on the lake together, just the two of us. Literally a room that's just a cabin with just two beds in it. We put them together on the lake, So before we were like, well, we got to get some pre-drinking on. Like,
Sure.
what can we go get? And we're like, let's get some twisted teas. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drink it all night. Some twisted teas, you can drink those all night.
Yeah.
And we walked past the Mountain Dew, the hard Mountain Dews, and we both looked at each other. We're like, I think we gotta do this.
You have to.
So we had a cooler filled with twisted teas and all flavors of Mountain Dew. Those things are phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't mind it actually.
I don't
But
think I've
Zero
tried-
sugar too, so you know it's healthy.
yeah, well, naturally.
Yeah.
It's
I-
all natural.
I want to know about this concert though, Phil. How did this go? Was
I
it
mean,
pure nostalgia?
Already sounds great in the sense that this is
So,
how your
First off, tailgating in New Hampshire is glorious. You think that era may have died, but it is full alive in New Hampshire. I thought I'd see more vapes, but it's still cigarette heavy up in New Hampshire, which is just fantastic.
Live free or die, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, and they did.
And they did.
The people watching was glorious. Everything you'd want. All pickup trucks, just fantastic. The venue actually is fantastic. It's just gorgeous outdoor venue. Unfortunately, we are sad that we missed Finger 11
Oh.
because we were deep in some Mountain Dews in the parking lot. And we heard Paralyzer and we were like, oh shit, we're gonna miss their one song. And by the time we got in, they were done. So we missed Finger 11, but after that came Tonic.
Oh
And-
my god.
Man, I used to listen to Lemon Parade constantly.
Sure.
I got to an era where I was like, I'll never see these guys. Like, there's no way that this band who had one album for 30 years is like gonna perform ever again. I knew every freaking song they were playing. Like, and they sound phenomenal. And then I was like, yeah, they've been playing the same songs for 30 years.
30 years.
yes. And they're not like blowing their voice out at massive concerts.
Right, yeah,
'cause Their tours are probably, I don't know.
This
Not quite.
the venue was packed. Like, and the best was I go to the restroom and the men's line is like around the building, you know, like there's no one in the women's line. And I just hear this guy go, why is the men's line so much longer than the women's? I looked at him, I go, it's Creed, dude. And he goes, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all dudes. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
It's all divorced dads and like
It was so good. But Creed came on, man, and Gabriel and my buddy Andy and we've been listening to Creed forever, and we've laughed, gone through all the ups and downs of Creed, of like loving it and then realizing it's garbage and then loving it again. And I just don't remember the last time that I sat and sang every single song.
Yep.
Like, there was not a song I didn't know every lyric to.
Well, they were all bangers.
All. And like there was four dudes here, and we were all just like rocking out, and just every one of us knew every single lyric. And we were just dying. Like it was so fun. I have not had that much fun at a show in so long. But the worst part was it was good because it brought Creed back, but it was the TikTokers were there.
Okay. Yeah.
And so there's a lot of dudes facing away from the show with their friends filming them with their phone lights on, like rocking out to it. And you were like, I'm going to see this on TikTok later, and it's going to annoy the hell out of me. Like,
yeah.
There was so much of that. And of course, they only did it to like hire and like, you know, it's just like,
They don't know the deep cuts.
they didn't know the deep cuts. They don't
That's
know,
right.
Live. You know, they don't know one.
Fucking one. I have. Oh my god. Okay.
I didn't think they were going to play it, and they did.
And they
It blew me away. The only thing they didn't play, which we kept yelling for, even though we knew it would just cause havoc, was In America.
Oh god, yeah. I would have just asked him to play the Marlins baseball theme song that he wrote nonstop.
Yeah, the whole time. On
Let's
repeat.
go, Marlins! It's game day.
They also didn't play Don't Stop Dancing, but that one's kind of weird too. So
Yeah, that one's a weird one for a crowd that likes Creed. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, checks
Also,
out.
Just really impressed that you know the Marlins theme song.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else was.
Strike airspace, here's trouble, please.
I'd,
And there's like a baseball noise in the middle of it, but it's an aluminum bat. Tink. It's so bad.
What?
I wore a Creed shirt to fit in.
Did you buy it pre-Cree show or did you get merged?
I bought this pre.
Okay.
One of the guys I was with bought the Cowboys Stapp jersey from the Super Bowl while he was there.
Yeah.
This is the Creed shirt I wore. Really fit in.
I love that the Creed crowd was like, that's not Scott Stapp.
But I wasn't the only one. There's a few others that knew what to do.
That is a great shirt.
So it was a blast. I had so much fun.
That's fantastic, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
When you told us a while back, going, oh, I'm traveling to spend time with Gabriel to go see Creed. I was like, this sounds like the best day ever.
And of course, Gabriel and I were like done heading back to the cottage, to snuggle. And we make the really smart decision. We're like, well, there's still a few more Mountain Dews.
No. Oh, how were you the next day?
It's all right. We woke up next to 2 full cans, I think, of Mountain Dew and tea.
Yeah, 100%. I started it.
Yeah, it was
Great idea.
Yeah, and then we laid down.
Yeah. Fucking brutal. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So, if you get a chance, they sound great. The show is super fun. It's this became like a Creed show, which is fine with me. My last thing to say about seeing Creed that makes me so happy, and I think it's why people like legitimately love and also like love to hate Creed, but also love Creed.
Yeah.
Scott takes himself so seriously. And there's something so beautiful about how serious he takes it. That like it's almost like watching someone who doesn't realize that like you do rock out, but at the same time you're like, come on, dude.
Kind of a nostalgic joke for me at this point.
Yeah, but he like in between, he's like explaining the songs and their meanings, and he's like getting real deep. And you're just like, just sing the song.
Play the song, man. We just want to sing the song.
Play the song, Serge Tanky, and we don't need your political views.
But at the same time, that's what makes it so much more fun. It's just like this guy's like laying it all out there.
Yeah.
And just giving the best show. he fucking rocked.
That's the name of the game, man. If you can still pull it off and you're still touring, like,
yeah.
He ain't swinging a hammer for a living. Like, good on you.
Oh, yeah. Gabriel knows children don't stop dancing.
No, of course he does. But that's from a different. Oh,
yeah.
No, he means the song.
No,
I thought he was yelling at kids.
I couldn't stop singing that lyric all. He got so sick of me.
That checks out.
I think it's what I played right when we woke up the first morning.
That's
terrible.
Let's roll another banner because we are going to be playing trivia tonight.
Okay.
Are we able to roll that banner? I don't know how this shit works anymore.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
We can do banners.
So we are going to be playing trivia tonight. We're all having the same beer, which has been a while since we've all had the same beer. So we are going to be playing trivia. So if you're unfamiliar with it, we use Kahoot. So follow that game link down at the bottom. You can put in the pen, or if you have the app, you can find us that way as well. Make a team name. We are doing space trivia in honor of this beer. So we are having
space is super cool.
We're having a beer from Dream State Brewing. The beer is called Stargazing. And they're out of Florida. So Little Moon Man, once you scan it all the way around. And I like the little falling moon man for the Dream State. So we decided to do some space trivia. So make you a space themed team name.
Mm-hmm.
And don't make it Uranus, Gabriel. Like, just let's be creative, man. I'm just saying, I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
I'm making some assumptions.
It's going to be Uranus now.
It's Uranus, number one.
No,
number two.
He's going to.
If you're going to make it Uranus, make like another comment.
Daniel's anus. So
I did ask for originality, so I can't argue with that. There's only one of those in the world, so if he's the second one, that's not too bad. Pretty original.
There's a lot of Daniels out there.
Not with his anus. Tight.
All right, should we get into it?
Oh God.
It depends. Do we have any teams?
We've got 2 so far, but we also have a 17-second clip that I think we're still allowed to play.
You have a 17? There's a 17-second clip for this?
Trivia.
Yeah,
I don't remember that at all. It's been a minute. Yeah, roll that beam footage.
I'll get in.
Go to Kahoot, assholes. Brogert, you're well done, soldier. Pluto is planet.
I like that.
Beer me up, Scotty.
Also like that.
So again, with Kahoot, you can join at any time. So if you come in a little later, you haven't made your team name, you can do it anytime. And again, it's not only about getting the answers right, but you want to be the fastest to get it right. Double points. I don't know the scoring scale. I assume it's double the points, though, if you get it right the fastest. And since we are all having the same beer, I'm going to go ahead and crack this beer while we get into this. Because I do want to try this. We talked about it before the show. This is a New England IPA made in Florida. So I'm very interested to see how this beer ends up. And if, I don't know yet. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. But it's a 7%er. Cryo Cashmere, El Dorado, Nectaron. It has all the right things that I would like this beer.
Nectaron is delicious.
And let's just see. So again, tonight we're having Stargazing from Dream State Brewing out of Florida. So we're going to drink that as we go through trivia, which is all space oriented.
Can you hand me mine?
Who is
I've had Lupo Max before? I don't even know what that is.
That's probably like one of those like man-made ones. It's like a weird like lab grown something or another. I'm sure somebody who brews beer in the comments is like, you've never heard of Lupa Max.
He's got a beer show.
It's my favorite.
All right, let's get started.
Yeah. Space Lord Mother. I dig it.
Kahoot!
So I hate that one. For the record. All right, so question 1. How many Earths can fit inside the sun? Approximately. I'm not a scientist.
You also didn't do this math, but that's fine. You just, can't trust Wikipedia.
I didn't use Wikipedia. I called Neil deGrasse.
Were we supposed to read these? So 100,000, 300.
Everyone has eyes.
Okay.
It's 1.3 damn million.
So ridiculous.
This is my favorite thing about space numbers is they're so astronomical. Like, what the fuck? I know it was on purpose. But I practiced that 7 times today.
So sorry.
But the numbers are just outlandish. Like 1.3 million of these pieces of shit can fit in that piece of shit. That is nuts. When that thing burns out, we're all in trouble.
Is that a question later? When it's going to burn out?
No, because no one can answer it except the Lord.
What? When the Lord puts it out?
Yeah, when the Lord burns his cigarette out, just stubs it out. Oh man, we were having such a good time.
Okay.
1.3, so only one person got it right.
Daniel, I need to know if you think this is Brogert Brews, because we know Brogert Brews is back, and you gave Brogert Brews a hard time last trivia show.
Well, this is space oriented, and I assume no, it is not Brogert Brews.
All right.
He knows nothing of space. I have no idea what Gabriel does for a living. He could be a fucking rocket scientist for all I know. Oh, good.
Hear me up, Scotty.
I was really worried.
All right, question 2.
I only gave him a hard time because he was winning. All right, what 2 comets were visible from Earth since 1995? McNaught and Hale-Bopp and V1 West, McNaught and Bennett, or Bennett and Hale-Bopp?
I like that.
Everyone watching this show has been alive for both of these.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard of any of this.
What?
What?
No,
You fucking communist?
I have not paid any attention clearly.
I don't know if that's a thing. Yeah.
No one else has either.
So it was McNaught and Hale Bop. So I think everybody probably knows the name Hale Bop.
Yeah.
I know Rocksteady and Bebop, but I don't know.
Excuse me, Ray Gun. I didn't realize you bebopped that hard. So Hale Bop was like the ultimate comet, like within our lifetime.
Yeah.
So that one was in 95, and that one was visible with the naked eye for almost a full year.
Yeah.
Like it holds so many records for comet-oriented records, which again they don't care.
We had a giant telescope in our backyard.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest freaking thing.
So I needed glasses, but I was outside, so I kind of saw it, but I wasn't sure if I was having a stroke because it was like a light kind of over in the corner of my eye. We grew up very differently. But so McNaught was actually relatively recently, like that was in like the mid 2010s, like 2015, 16 time frame. That one was only visible for 30 days, and it was pretty dim comparatively speaking. Hale Bop is like that's the gangster of comets.
Okay.
This beer is good.
Why are you looking at the bottom of the beer, Phil? That concerns me.
I just wanted to see when it was made, when it was canned.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was like, should I be paying attention to what's in? Okay, never mind. We're fine. Oh my God. Beer me up, Scotty's still in the lead.
Question 3.
I don't remember this one at all. Oh, what star is closest to the Earth? The North Star, Polaris, the Sun, or Bernard Star? This is a trick question. I'm gonna lay it on the line for you guys because nobody's doing well. Oh my God! Thank God.
There we go.
Thank God, you 5th grade. Okay.
Are the rest of these real stars?
Yeah, those are all real stars. Technically, the North Star is not really a real star, but everybody's like, "Oh, the North Star! I can find my way out of the woods because I'm not a city person." Polaris is technically a 4-wheeler brand, but I think they named it after the star, from what I understand.
And who's Bernard?
Bernard Star. So it went to Cornell. It's in a all a cappella group. I think its first name is Andy.
Yep.
I don't know anything about Bernard Star, but it is a real star.
Let's see. Everyone got it right, but who got it right the fastest?
That's the name of the game. It's Beer Me Up, Scotty.
Whoa, it is.
0 fucking games.
Brogert Uranus, though, is coming back.
Honestly, just to say that out loud that quickly really worried me. Exactly. That's why it was a trick question, Abigail.
But why didn't you just say that just now when you were going through them all?
Technically, the dog star. There's an argument. If you guys want to call Neil deGrasse Tyson, y'all can argue with him because him and I spent hours on this shit.
Yeah. FaceTimed.
We didn't FaceTime. We subconsciously connected with each other because we understand the universe.
Okay. So it's like the Matrix.
No, that's not what it's like.
I'm just saying. You like stepped out and you're like, oh shit.
It's not.
We're gonna just hang out up here.
Like.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this next question. Which planet takes the longest to make one orbit around the sun? Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, or Earth?
Ooh.
This one's easy.
Tiffany knows his answer.
I do know this one.
We've talked about this recently.
It's Neptune. Yeah, it's the furthest away.
Yeah. It takes like a fucking long time.
It's like 75 years or something. No, that was Pluto.
No. It's way longer than that. So Neptune actually hasn't made an orbit around the sun since we discovered it.
I know Pluto didn't make a full
think about that
when we discovered it, and then when we decided it wasn't a planet. I know it hadn't made a full.
I didn't get to vote on if it was a planet or not. So don't say we decided because
I'm just saying,
no one asked me.
We as the world.
The Democrats.
No, I didn't say that.
You guys
I
love
don't know, is Pluto still a planet in like
you guys
Europe?
love taking some shit away from space and giving it to other people.
Okay. What did that game?
Phil, did you know the answer to this question?
No.
Me either.
I-
Every time Tiffany's like, I knew this one. I'm like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I honestly, I know I learned the planets and all that stuff, but like once I realized I don't need the information, like it doesn't stick.
Correct. I think like what we were talking about earlier before the show started, there's so much shit to know about Earth and the people involved. I don't have time for space. I'll let somebody else handle that.
Yeah, like for me, look it up. I don't need to know anything about it.
Correct.
You know, like
Any of
what
these little fuckers got to do taxes? Because that's what I got to do. Neptune.
Okay.
also
All
I'm
right.
not a nerd. No.
4 people got it right.
Yeah, a bunch of nerds.
Oh, broker Uranus is not included.
Exactly.
Hear me out, Scotty, though. Like 6 for 6.
Killing it.
We've done 6 questions,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
100%.
Perfect.
That was not question 4.
Perfect.
Question 5.
All right. How many people have actually been to space? 275, 389, 497, or 676? This does not include Bezos. Space is a very specific measurement. It is 676. Everyone went lower on that.
Yeah.
I thought all these numbers were low because I feel like every time I turn the TV on, somebody's like, "Oh, we're in the International Space Station. No, we went to space."
Okay, bonus question, and I'll hand out bonus points.
You can't.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do that. We own this show. / we didn't pay for the StreamYard anymore, but it's fine. How many of those were women? You can put it in the chat, and we'll get to that one later.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's
3.
easy. 3, yeah.
Wow,
Right.
it is more than 3.
Are we
give you that.
counting the chimp that went up the first time because she was female?
I think we're talking about humans when you talk about this number.
You said
People.
female.
Okay,
You said
you.
female.
How many of the people who have been to space are or were women?
They died in space? Oh no.
2,
Kevin,
60.
I expect nothing less,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
What is it? Like 50?
It's 75, but people hadn't finished.
Oh wow. So you guys are like a quarter of the people that have been to space. What
Oh.
are we crying about?
Yeah.
Because 75 times 4 is 676.
Perfect. You should go to space next.
Yep. Daniel is an astrophysicist.
Oh, there's a good chance I'll end up there.
Does one of the people, does the guy who jumped from the
No.
Red Bull guy who jumped, does that count? Was he in space?
No. So there's, I don't remember the exact mileage, but to consider it actual space. So getting out of like the atmosphere and all these different numbers, there's all these like little monikers. Actual space is what we're counting on, which is like in 22 some miles outside of the actual atmosphere. Not just Jeff Bezos blowing his load for like 30 seconds.
Worth it.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, if I had fuck you money, I would definitely get in a rocket and be like, wee, and then come back down and regret my decisions. Right now, I put $10 on a game of blackjack, and it's like, wee, and then I lose it, and I want to hang myself.
We
So
put
I
way
imagine
more
that's
than
what
$10
Bezos feels
on
like.
Blackjack.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money at blackjack.
$32.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
actually did pretty well.
No one got that right. So, Veer Me Up's guys cleaning the house.
Yeah. What do we got here? Next one.
Pluto is planet coming in hot though. There are more stars, true or false, in the solar system than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Oh, I love that pizza slide. That's nice. It has nothing to do with anything other than he's sort of in space.
It is true, and everyone got it right. So now it is who got it fastest.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
true story. And if I was the Rain Man, I'd be able to tell you approximately how many stars versus how many grains of sand are on Earth. I can't hold on all this information again. I got to do taxes. I'm running out of brain
You
tank.
don't do your own taxes.
Yeah, but I got to pay somebody to do them, and that takes work.
it is a lot to collect all the things. I'm like, what do you mean I'm still missing a document? I also don't do my own
Who's this
taxes.
Roth character? When is Ira going to get involved?
What do you mean Robin Hood has its own
I
form?
just send the IRS a gift card to Apple every year. They have planned.
But it's something really hard to use. It's like an Apple TV gift card. They're like, wasn't that discontinued? Like, does anybody use that anymore? Yeah, but it's $100.
All right.
Killing
Ooh.
Yep, Scotty.
Killing it.
We
Pulling
only got
away.
one more.
Pulling away.
One more.
Jack and Diane, Pluto is planet. Very
Jack and
close. Look
Diane.
at that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Should we see who's going to win this with this last question?
Billionaires can die in boats again now. We don't even have to go to space.
Ocean 2, Billionaires 0.
All right. Let's get to the last question. Another easy one. True or false? Every planet in the solar system has been visited by an earthly spacecraft. True or false?
Mm.
Oh, that's a great little gif as well. Oh, she very true.
Yeah, because the satellite that went by all of them.
Every single one. And actually, it started like way back in the 70s.
Well, yeah, those are the ones that have finally reached.
Yeah, exactly.
Neptune.
But it's nuts. Like some shit we sent out in the 70s. I lose reception in a center block building with Verizon. And there's some little spacecraft with a fucking dot matrix printer on it sending a fax back to Earth from 1970 about Neptune. This shit is nuts.
The message is just, you up?
You up? Hey, I'm coming through Uranus.
God, could you imagine if that was a message that came through and that person that like coded it is like long gone?
Oh, I'm orbiting your ring.
My thrusters are on.
This is why I'm like people aren't allowed to work at NASA.
This is why I can't work at NASA.
Who
You
are
got
like
that.
yourselves.
10. Not I already blasted off. Sorry, guys. I got real excited.
It's premature.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
It's normal. It's normal.
Exactly. You want self-driving cars? I can't get Wi-Fi across my house.
Well, so we already know who won then, because nothing changed.
Was it Broger Uranus?
Nope.
Because
Beer me up, Scotty.
he was coming in hot.
Jack
Jake
and
and Diane.
Diane.
Oh, here we go. Visited versus landed should be explained. No. I make the trivia, Jack.
I understood.
Beer me up, Scotty.
I
Show
also knew the
yourself.
answer, but that
Who
was-
are you? No, it doesn't
No,
matter.
I actually know.
No
I'm
prizes.
like 95% sure I know who this is.
Reveal yourself.
There's no prizes tonight. We can't even afford the premium.
Yeah, we got a
studio.
solid black background. Do you think we're sending you anything at this point in the game? So basically, we had to do our taxes. We don't have any money anymore. Sorry to keep harping on this, man, but that's just
why
rough.
did we wait until August to shut it
I
off?
filed an extension.
It was-
Gabriel with the
Whew.
save. It's okay. Uranus is taking the bottom position. I love it. Well, thank you everybody for playing trivia as always. I enjoy trivia about nothing beer related. I think it's fun every single time. But we are going to talk about this beer, right?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
We actually have a beer review.
Yeah, and it's super loud. So get ready.
Oh, God, I forgot. I'm gonna bash the. Oh, we're back. That clip is so loud. I always
It
forget
is.
about it. I turned the computer down to like 20,
for you.
and it was still loud.
I just gotta wake people back up. We're 34 minutes into the show.
After their brain tanks got drained by space knowledge. So tonight we are reviewing a beer called Stargazing. It's by Dream State Brewing out of Florida. Unbeknownst to Florida, this is a New England IPA.
Not even a New England style.
Nope. No,
Oh,
they went full balls on this one. It's a
Yeah.
New England IPA. because our brewer was from South Carolina and moved to Florida. So it's a New England IPA.
Yeah.
It's very fruity.
I'm interested to hear. I want to hear what Phil thinks about it because he actually is the only say from New England.
Valid.
You know what? I've been drinking it. I haven't really been loving it. I don't know if it's not like. I think of a New England IPA being a little less see-through.
It's got more.
A little cloudier, sure.
A little juicier, I expect a little bit more juice out of it. Like it's fruity, but it's not juicy necessarily. It's got kind of just a weird. It's good. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of why it's not great, but it's almost got the like a metallic almost tasting thing going on.
Yeah, the aftertaste.
Yeah, it's a weird aftertaste.
Yeah. So it doesn't. It's not my favorite.
Maybe it's old.
That was why I was looking at the date when I drank it, because I was like, I either have blood in my mouth or. I mean, I did just go see Creed, so there's potential that I've got blood.
I went to the dentist yesterday.
There's a good chance you have blood in your mouth.
Yeah. So for me, it's like a little too. It's not quite New Englandy juicy enough for me.
Fair.
Call it the New England IPA. However, I don't know what else you would call it because it is a New England IPA. Like it definitely hits the right things, but it's not a good one.
That's fair. I can live with that. So on a scale of 1 to 5 bottle caps through Untapped, what are we settling on?
I'm going to give this a 3.5. I'd have it again. It's fine. It works.
Yep.
But it's nothing. I've had way better. So 3.5 for me.
Fair enough. And now I'm torn a little bit because this is a production problem. I don't think it's a bad beer, but it is. If you're going to throw it on the label as drink fresh, drink ASAP, keep refrigerated, 38 degrees, XYZ, and it was canned in 2023.
Yeah.
So
and you just bought this.
Yeah. Like you just sent this to us less than 30 days ago. Yeah. So I think this is more of a production problem. I don't think it's probably not a bad beer if you get it on draft in the brewery. I think it's settled weird. I actually get more weird juice fruity out of it than I think it should have.
Right. It's super fruity.
But I think some of that's like a weird settle like between the two layers. I think by the time I get down to the bottom of it, it'll be a different flavor and a different profile to begin with. So I think this is probably a production issue. Somebody's not monitoring how long their cans are sitting in. Did you get this at a Total Wine?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. So Total Wine's notorious for that. I mean, we every time we go in there, we're always like, holy shit, like 2022. Like, and the can label's like drink fresh, keep cold. And it's sitting out in the dry rack, like not in the fridge. Like, well, this is a great representation of your beer.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of buying probably what they weren't able to sell. You know, they gotta get rid of it quick. They sell it at a deal, and Total Wine grabs it.
Yeah.
So I think, in all honesty, I think if it was fresh out of the tap, it's probably not a bad beer. With the age on it and some of the off flavors and the weird metallic like aftertaste, it's a 3 for me in the shape of the beer that I got.
Yep.
Maybe it's better fresh out of the tap. Maybe it's just a production issue, but 3 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna do a 3 as well. Just same things. It's just got age on it, and
oh god, we hate that.
You're like a Russian gymnast
Trying to get them fresh.
Well, I'm gonna rate that a 3. And
well, so then I guess the question is, do you think it's fair to score the beer if we don't think that it's at its best?
I think if we were scoring it like a quarter of a star, then no, that's not fair. I think a 3+ is just the representation of I can pick out the flavors. It's probably a decent beer. However, from a brand management standpoint, you're still letting a beer go to market that's not the best representation of your beer. So yeah, I don't mind rating that. Doesn't hurt my feelings.
All right. Interesting.
I mean, the Bible is interesting. This is just beer.
Well, I'd love to put our score up, but we can't anymore. So.
Oh, really? No, wait.
All we can do is.
We can only put the logo up. Did you try to click it?
Oh, yeah. That's all you can do. So we'll just do this.
See what you can get by frustrating.
That fucking duck is rubbing it in my face that we can't do it.
So our untapped score is a 3.
God, that is funny. So I think, and honestly, like we've had this conversation in the past I think we've had it with Michael from VBC. We've talked to Kevin and Abby about it multiple times from Tradition. It's really, you can make the best beer in the market. And if you're production brewing and you're sending it all over the place, if you don't have the right people in place to manage that and to make sure that your beer is being represented in the way it came out of the brew house.
You need a better sales team.
Yeah, you need a better sales team. You need better quality control. Like, because if this is sitting in Total Wine since 2023, somebody on your team is not, somebody's fired.
Well,
I mean, most likely my guess is they made it. They tried. They had a bunch of leftover they couldn't get rid of. And
100%. I think that's their business model.
Yeah, but even that's not a good thing.
But yeah, I think in all honesty, if I was brewing a beer and I was responsible for a beer or owned a brewery with my money and my name attached to it, I'd rather you dump a beer out that isn't fresh than it to leave a bad taste in your mouth and you never drink it again.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a certain amount of attrition there that you got to be comfortable with, and maybe they don't have the ability to. Yeah, we got to capitalize on every can that goes across the counter. There's a lot of business shit that goes into that I think is interesting. But again, at the end of the day, the beer came across the table. It's not fresh. It's settled funny. It leaves a weird aftertaste.
PBR is good to wash it down.
Yeah, PBR is so good.
It's too bad because can art wise,
I love the can art. I know.
About this.
I'll be interested in. So you found this one at Total Wine, but where in Florida are they actually out of?
Fort Lauderdale, so they're not far.
Oh,
we'll just go. We'll go visit them.
Yeah,
because I mean, like Daniel said earlier, the flavor profile is really good. It is really juicy, and like I can tell that like all the different hop flavors are coming through.
Yep.
But there's. It's
overpowered
by a lot of other things.
I think the issue is the Lupo Max. If I'm gonna be honest.
This motherfucker doesn't even know what Lupo Max.
Lupo Max throws off every beer you put it in.
Trust me, because I can't vacuum either. I don't know what Lupo Max is.
You're gonna bring that up again?
I assume Lupo Max is a very nice vacuum cleaner that I don't know how to work. Yes, Lupo Max.
No, it sounds more like an espresso machine.
It does.
Well,
so hold on. I got to disagree with Uranus over here. So distro company, yes and no. I think
they're the ones stocking the shelves.
They're stocking the shelves, but distro companies are pay to play. So I'm giving you X amount of material to distribute, but then it goes to the store. And yes, I come in a month later and rotate, hopefully shelving and stock and keep things fresh up front. But again, the distro company, so Big Ugly Brewing that sends X amount of beer out of our local breweries is not going there and going, oh, their beer didn't come across clean. That's on Big Ugly. Big Ugly's name isn't anywhere on that can. They're just delivering it to the store. So it's your due diligence as the brewery and as the people that make the beer to be able to manage that product so that it's brought across the table correctly in the way you want it to, which takes a shit ton of people and a shit ton of coordination. It's not an easy task. That's why I'm not upset about the beer. Again, this is probably a great beer. There's probably just like 3 people that they need to consult and maybe
don't look at me.
See how their processes are, maybe circle back Maybe have an all hands
There are
meeting.
certainly some inefficiencies and gaps within their
Maybe build some
processes. However,
PowerPoints. Let's call them what they are. They're PowerPoints.
I mean, you
I
also
make
never know.
great
This
slide
brewery,
decks.
this brewery could have been struggling and just needed to get some money back into it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's a
And
lot
that's
that-
why I think it's not unfair to rate it.
You know what it is? They paid too much for the can art. You know, that's
But it's so good, and I'm very excited to put this in our label book.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
super
always
cool.
I'm always excited to put the cool can art in our label book because there's no ratings attached to it. It's just labels. I love it.
well, that's it then.
There, it's settled. No one has to be pissed off about it for the rest of the night when the camera turns off.
Wow. Shots fired.
See, there you go.
You guys doing something fun tomorrow?
We are actually. If you've been following us for a little while, one of our first award-winning beers was a saison that we brewed with Tradition Brewing called De La Ferme. And unbeknownst to Tiffany and I, we're brewing a beer tomorrow. We forgot all about it. So
Like multiple times. We have talked about this like almost every other week with Kevin and Abby. And it's been
and we forgot about it.
like
So it's gonna go great.
It's
Beer's
fine.
gonna turn out great.
it's fine.
Thank God Kevin is responsible for that, and I am not.
I mean, last time you did get a beer baptism.
Yeah, of course. I did it on purpose though.
No, you did not.
I like hot wax.
Nope.
Oh no, okay. So yeah, we're brewing a beer with Tradition again, and it's a beer that we brewed last year. And we're gonna do a second iteration of it, which I'm excited about. We're gonna change the recipe a little bit. A couple of different processes now that we figured out that first beer, or going into the second variation of it. I think it's gonna be a blast. Kevin and Abby are great people, and Tradition puts out good products. So it's exciting for us to have a second go around of the same beer.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a different recipe, a little bit of different tweaks.
Well, we just get to. I mean, one. It's
I get to drink all
already
day.
a medal winner.
I get to drink all day.
So that is cool.
Let's call it what it is.
Are we calling it De La Ferme too?
I think we should call it Back to De La Ferme.
And it's got a DeLorean behind the farm.
Behind the farmhouse, there's a DeLorean part.
I think Abby could throw some really good can art for this one.
Oh, 100%. And yes, it will be a metal brew day. If we post anything with sound, it's going to be just
Wait.
brutal.
Metal brew day, but then metal brew day. Wait, you got to select it. Okay. Yay. Because it won a medal last time.
So we're excited about that. If you follow us on Instagram or anywhere else, we'll be posting about it tomorrow. So keep up with us. We'll brew the beer tomorrow. We'll do a release in 7 to 8 years. I don't know how this process works, actually.
Well, all right then.
Do you see what Kevin named it in his computer?
I got time.
It's De La Ferme 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Boogaloo. It's the song, Tiffany.
Oh, well, that should be 2 O's.
No, it's the song. I need you to study music. Pretend you know shit about space. So we do the show at this point whenever the fuck we feel like it, because it's just black backgrounds and whatever we want to do now. So make sure you follow along with us. Instagram is probably the easiest way to find us. It's where we spend most of our time. We're huge on TikTok, but it's a lot of dick stuff. So if you're not into that, don't follow that.
What?
We'll try to get better at announcing when the shows are. They're probably going to be a little bit more sporadic. We don't quite know yet.
Yeah, so
come
revel
with
in the dick stuff in between, and occasionally look for a message written on it.
We didn't sell enough shirts. All right.
We didn't make enough dick shirts.
So I'll see you soon.
Yeah, well, fuck. We'll see. I don't know.
All right.
All right.
That may be the strongest ending we've ever had.
I have no idea what is happening anymore. And that's
Never been a
TikTok.
stupid. It's ridiculous. And I love it.